Cyber, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-T-Y. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four, invite them in. It's the simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Spit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James Quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize a vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jawjacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
Alrighty, all right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is June 2nd, 2025. This is episode 889. Ooh, let me fix that. You got to make so many modifications before you go live with the show in Restream. It's brutal here. Let me fix this. And I'm particular about the font, too. There we go. Welcome, everybody. June 2nd. We are halfway through the year, basically. What the heck happened to 2025? This is episode 889 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Kimberly Can Fix It, Justin Gold, Haircut Fish, Lara Flores, Marcus Kyler back from honeymoon, Marlon Johnson, Philip Martin, guys, Devin Grady's in the house. So many of us are going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be doing everything within my power to bring the heat as I deliver the top cyber news stories of the day, while also doing everything within my power to data mine insights and value from those stories in order for you to be able to apply them to your work, whether you work in a manufacturing, whether you're a SecOps analyst, a GRC person, whoop, whoop, whatever it is. I want to be able to give you value so you can basically drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders, while at the same time leveling yourself up as a practitioner so you can be in the driver's seat of your career and be the CEO of you. Now, if you're wondering, wait a minute, I'm an aspiring cybersecurity professional. I'm not quite in here yet. Hey, what's up, Abdullah Niazi? I'm not quite in the industry yet. Don't sweat it, my friend. Breaking in is part of the experience, and you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? Believe me, let me repeat that. You will be asked in any job interview in cybersecurity, how do you stay current on the industry? This right here is a banger of an answer. Not only is it a solid answer on the surface, but by paying attention and engaging, saying what's up to everybody, A, you'll build your professional network. B, you'll learn the nuances of what's going on and see the interrelations of those things. Oh, this ransomware variant. Oh, there's an uptick in Eastern Europe. Oh, CISA's doing this, that, and the other. Wait a minute, MITRE attack. It's all making sense. Guys, it's a lot of information to absorb, so what we try to do is break it down and make it accessible to everybody. That's what we're doing here. If you're a regular, what's up? If you're new, welcome to the party, pal. If today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. And if you're a regular, drop a hashtag Team SC, Kia Ora. Bruising Hacks in the house, good to see you. I'm going to drop a Team SC myself. Jenny Housley's joined the crew. Welcome to the party, Jenny Housley. I'm a long timer, so I'm going to drop a Team SC up in this chat's face. Guys, we got a great show for you. Top news, Monday, off and running. Now, before we get into it, I want you to know I don't research or prep for any of these shows.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's just the way it is. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because in reality, we're not doing, like, literally, I do this every day, whether the camera's on or not, because I need to stay current on industry, just like all of you. Just turning on the camera and making it an experience. Now, that is fun. All right, let me get a slug of my coffee here, and then we're going to do some sponsor reads. Oh, my God. Hello. Ah, God, I love French roast coffee. All right, so check it out. I do want to say thank goodness, thank God, and I genuinely appreciate the opportunity to bring this show to you every day because of the stream sponsors, those who enable me to get up and be able to do this show and deliver it to you in all its awesomeness. Now, let me start here. Hold on, let me start. What do we got here? All right, here. Let me start with Delete Me, okay? Here we go. We're going to play some music while we do this because I do like the music. Delete Me. Guys, they're back. It's June 2nd. I use Delete Me if you didn't know. A lot of people in chat use Delete Me. Sean Washington's up in the house. Grand Rising's Code Brew. What's up, Kraken? All right, hey, Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Now, Delete Me does all the hard work of wiping you and your family's personal information from data broker websites. That's what I personally care about. Protecting my family. As someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me because I signed up for this kind of forward-facing, all up in the, my face is all spammed all over LinkedIn and social media and stuff. I chose that, but my kids, my wife, they support me in this endeavor, but they didn't sign up for it. So as far as having my personal information, like my address, my phone number, all these things that are, posted online and people can OSINT, I'd like to be able to control that, and that's what Delete Me helps me with. Take control of your data, keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber. You all know what the code is, guys. I also want to let you know, time is running out. Too late will be the cry when the virtual Blue Team Summit conference and your opportunity to speak has passed you by. Guys, Antisyphon Training, very proud sponsor, is putting on a free virtual cybersecurity conference. Their conferences are a lot of fun. They're really well executed. And what I'm telling you is you can submit a talk, aka CFP, which is a lot of letters. Submitting a talk is the same as submitting a CFP. CFP is just the term we use. It's kind of antiquated, but it's a call for paper. I literally have a video on my YouTube channel on step by step. Like literally, I walk through getting an idea, putting together an abstract, getting my bio, and submitting it to this particular conference. Please, if you are even sniffing wanting to grow your career and invest in it, one of the best things you can do is speak at a conference. This virtual Blue Team, very low stakes. You don't have to travel to it. The talks are designed for new speakers, so they're shorter. I think they're 20 minutes. This is this is step one. Like, trust me, if you're nervous, even more reason to do it. Submit for a talk at Blue Team Summit. I just dropped a link to my walkthrough on how to submit a CFP. Mark it for watch later. Trust me. And if you do speak at it and it's your first time speaking, please let me know. I'd love to hear about your experience, all right? We also have Fortify 365 and Threat Locker, but we'll hear from them in a little bit, guys. Hold on one second, Luke. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE, so say what's up in chat. And Chuck Sapp. Now, Chuck Sapp's been speaking at conferences recently like a boss. He's someone who can speak to the value of it. Every episode's worth half a CPE, so say what's up in chat. Just like literally type in YouTube chat, hello, Jerry, or Team SC, or I was up in here, right? Let Lily, I'm not sure why you were removed from the Discord. If you can connect with Chris Whitlock, Lily, connect with Chris Whitlock. He can help you. Say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. Look, right below me, it says half a CPE. Get that in the screenshot. The show says June 2nd, right on YouTube, right over there on the corner there. Get that in the screenshot. Once a year, count the screenshots, divide by 2. It's as simple as that. Count the screenshots, divide by 2. It's as simple as that, all right? Get those CPEs. Again, if today's your first episode, drop a hashtag and first timer. The reason is we have a special sound effect and a special emote for you, and it's how we greet you. Now, really quickly, because Luke Canfield asked. Luke asked for Simply CyberCon updates. Check it out, okay? We are very close to opening everything up. The infrastructure, the back end has been built. Right now, we just have to link. You can see this register button doesn't go to where it's supposed to go. The CFP doesn't go to where it's supposed to go yet, but we have the back-end infrastructure. The CFP system is built. The hotel registration system is built. I went away for the weekend to visit my my family in North Carolina for reasons, and I'm doing the PBCC this week, so I will make a promise to you, community, and Luke Canfield. Friday, this will all open by Friday. By Friday, you will be able to register for the hotels if you'd like. You will be able to register for the conference if you like, and you'll be able to register for CFPs if you like. The registering for the conference, I may not be able to promise, but the hotel and the CFPs I can. All right? All right, guys. Really quick, let's quickly do the threat locker. Yeah, hey, Kimberly, I know it says in the logistics section, but when you click on it, it redirects you to this. It doesn't send you to the Marriott. So, Dark Iceman, hey, squad members, if you can, hashtag, let's welcome at Dark Iceman. Welcome to the party, pal. Hold on, Dark Iceman, you're going to get a sound effect and an emote. All right, guys, let's hear from Threat Locker really quick, and then we're going to launch right into the stories. Get your coffee. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Hey, holla, thank you, Threat Locker. Everybody, do me a favor, sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll. Enjoy the show, Dark Iceman.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, June 2nd, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. Exploit for maximum severity Cisco iOS XE flaw now public. Following up on a story we covered at the start of May, details are now becoming available regarding the upload flaw, which suggests a working exploit may be available soon. As quoted in Bleeping Computer, a write-up by Horizon 3 researchers does not contain a ready-to-run proof-of-concept RCE exploit script, but does provide enough information for a skilled attacker or even an LLM to fill in the missing pieces. Given the immediate risk of weaponization and widespread use in attacks, it is recommended that impacted users act now to protect their endpoints. This flaw impacts software for wireless LAN controllers.
All right, so check it out really quickly. Number one, if you're running the Cisco IOS XE software, but specifically on a wireless LAN controller, you might be at risk here. Cisco iOS, as much as Apple has taken over the term iOS, Cisco was the original iOS. I think it stands for Internetworking Operating System if we're looking to get a cookie for like having stupid bar trivia knowledge. The XE, I don't know, but basically, I think that this operating system, the iOS XE software, I think it doesn't necessarily exclusively apply to the wireless LAN controllers. So what I'm saying is I feel like you might have this software in your environment, but you may not have the wireless LAN controllers. So just finding this doesn't mean that you need to crap your pants. Like the wireless LAN controllers, that is the one you need to be worried about. Again, they are talking about unauthenticated remote attackers could upload files, which is bad, right? Because you could upload web shells, path traverse, all these other things, root privilege commands. So that's a complete ownership, right? The reason is because for some reason, Cisco or whoever originally developed this thing put a hard-coded web token in there that is being exploited. Good morning, Elliot Matisse. I get a medal for iOS. It just showed, you know what it is? I shouldn't get a medal. I should get some like oatmeal and a banana that's been mushed up because it means I'm old. CVE 2025-20188. Let's check it out on the EPSS lookup.com tool that we love so much. Checking the score. So this actually has a 43. Oh my gosh, dude. This has a 43%. Oh, hold on. The EPSS score is 0.2%. So according to EPSS, there is a 0.2% chance that you will be impacted by this in the next 30 days. So this is a great opportunity where EPSS is telling us that you don't need to immediately, be grateful that you wore your brown pants to work today. And you should get this sorted out because to me, this is kind of a concerning one. But at the same time, you don't need to stop everything and run to get this patched, right? You gotta patch it. Because, at least the insights of the EPSS score. The specific versions of the Catalyst 9800 CL wireless controllers for cloud. Again, when we say for cloud, now we're talking like definitely going to be internet facing accessible. This is one of those ones where I wish DJ BSEC, pour a little bit out for DJ BSEC. That guy's he got promoted and he's gone underground with all this work, but he definitely would know about the reach of these particular systems. But the Catalyst 9800, 9300, 9400 series switches, the wireless LAN controllers is what you need to worry about. This seems like it's an easy thing to fix. The other thing I want to point out is Horizon 3. Can we get a Horizon 3? Here we go. Horizon 3 is this. I believe they're like a cloud-based security company. Let's see what they do. Holy crap, look at all the services they have. Oh, they're an offensive security. So I'm looking at this drop down right now. You can always kind of tell what they are when you look at the solutions link. They do a bunch of pen testing with their Node Zero platform. So they almost seem like they're a cloud-based appliance company that sells pen testing services. They do response. It looks like they do some GRC stuff. All right. Anyways, they are using security research for marketing purposes. The one thing that I want to point out, and remember, for those who don't know, and if you're a regular, you know, but if you're not, like if you're Dark Iceman, you wouldn't know this. In the last maybe 2 weeks, I have gotten really into researching AI and understanding how I can use AI for myself professionally and for my business. I'm really getting, again, I'm not prepared to talk about it with y'all. I'm in the convergence phase where I just have like a bunch of stuff on the table and some of it's worthless and some of it's super valuable. So right now I'm in the the divergence phase where I am collecting all the things. Probably in about 2 weeks time, I'll be in a convergence phase where I start taking all the things that are valuable that I've discovered and start aggregating them together and putting them in a nice order and then executing on them. Because that's how Type A psychopaths who like control an organization like to do their research, and that's what I do. But here's what I want to tell you about AI. They released a proof of concept code. Now, proof of concept is essentially shell code or some type of exploit that doesn't really do anything malicious, but demonstrates the vulnerability, can be exploited. Sometimes you'll have it pop a calculator. A lot of times when you submit a, not all the time, but sometimes when you submit a bug, like in a bug bounty situation, like, oh, hey, Cisco, I found a vulnerability. They'll want you to explain the vulnerability. And then also in some instances, a researcher will provide a proof of exploit to demonstrate that, yes, this is in fact vulnerable, despite what your software dev team is saying. Here's the problem with that. That's the way it's always been. I can take your proof of exploit code now and drop it in AI and ask AI to extend it. The Claude Opus engine, so there's like Claude Sonnet, Claude Opus. The Opus one is super dope at writing software specifically. Drop it in there and get a much more robust piece of malware. So that's the concern we have. And really, I'd even go as far as to say, like, let's turn this into a positive. If you are a bug bounty researcher, pen tester, security researcher, whatever, and you find a bug or something you think's a bug, you might be able to use AI to help you kind of flesh out a proof of concept to further reinforce your submission and get that sweet, sweet cash.
Straight cash, homie.
All right, let's keep going. Sean Kelly in the house. Hey, Sean Kelly.
Senators ask for reinstatement of Cyber Review Board to work on Salt Typhoon investigation. 4 Senate Democrats have sent a letter to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem asking her to reestablish the Cyber Safety Review Board, CSRB, whose 20 members were dismissed days after the president's inauguration in January. The senator's letter describes the dismissal as, quote, depriving the public of a fuller accounting of the origin, scope, scale, and severity of the Salt Typhoon compromises, end quote. They add that the dismissals are, quote, particularly confounding in the light of the administration's repeated insistence on the need to leverage private sector and external expertise in government, end quote.
All right. I guess we'll see. So, I mean, this is, where's Elliot Matisse when you need him? Okay. So Salt Typhoon is the Chinese advanced persistent threat actor that got into the telecommunication systems in the United States. So like the top 9, your Verizon, your AT&T, right? If I'm not mistaken, really quick, there was 3. I might need a fact check here. Volt Typhoon is the one that got into the industrial control systems of energy sector. Flax Typhoon is the one that got into the ISPs, and Salt Typhoon is the one that got into the telecommunications. They all did it like right at the same, not exactly at the same time. I'm trying to see. Okay, so I'm not mistaken here. They got into the telecommunications companies. This is where, this is where the concerns came that like, you could eavesdrop on phone calls. You could see the metadata of who was talking to who. You could input fake data, right? Like, let's say we see Elliot Matisse talking to some type of like, handler or, like fake data, right? To suggest, like, basically inserting corruption related evidence. We could see, doing an availability attack, right? So right now, guys, most of us do not have home phones, right? So if you were to bring down the cell phone networks across the country, that would be massively devastating. It was like a year ago. I don't know if you guys remember, like a year ago, like AT&T went down for like 4 hours and people were like, like losing their crap. Dude, there's been actual examples in other countries. I want to say Portugal and Spain, just like a couple months ago, Portugal and Spain had like a massive blackout that no one could understand. And like within a few hours, people were like losing their shit. I'm sorry. Whoa. Hey, if you're a child listening, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. To the Mary Ellen, who with the kids, or with Kennedy, or with Maverick in Zach Hill's car, I'm so sorry. This is a family friendly show, okay? Anyways, there was a complete breakdown of society within a few hours. Okay, people like raiding shelves and stuff. So I'm sorry, guys. Here's the thing. Some things. I don't know. Here's my thing. I feel like if you've been here for a minute, you know me. I try to be like exactly who I am online as well as in person. Some things just get me hot or get me bothered or get me frustrated or upset. I don't want to call them triggers, but for sure there's certain things. And just watching people devolve in a very short amount of time is always concerning to me. Anyways, I do want to point out, Elliot Matisse did point out that Mark Warner is a very good cyber smart senator. It's funny he says that. I was not surprised to see Mark Warner as the lead senator on this one. I feel like Ron Wyden is also always in the mix around cyber legislation. Blumenthal and Slotkin I have not heard of before, but Wyden and Warner, they're usually the ones asking the hard questions and stuff like that. Guys, I'm sorry. I kind of went all off I went off the trail there for a second. Let me bring it back. Salt Typhoon is a very serious national security nation-state threat. The fact that we are not reviewing or investigating or putting lessons learned or doing any type of defensive operations around this is concerning. I applaud the senators for writing to Kristi Noem and asking her to reinstate this board. This board is not going to be the one who's manning the firewall. They're literally trying to figure out where the problems were so they can shore it up. That's what's up. Dude, right now, China, like, again, I don't want to push xenophobia. There's lots of Chinese people that are wonderful, great people, but China as a nation state under their current administrative leadership, they're floating balloons over the U.S. They're attacking the industrial control systems, the cell phones, the ISPs. Like, what are we doing? Like, can we please, for a hot minute, stop? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, DHS is responsible for CISA. CISA is one, Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency. I don't think that this Cyber Safety Review Board falls under CISA. I'm not quite sure where this board actually falls under in itself, if it falls under a certain agency or if it's directly under the DHS or not. But we'll see. I really feel like it's I feel like it's good value. They related to the CSRB, right? What is it? The friggin' when an airplane goes down, they do the investigation. They look at the black box. It's basically that.
Australian ransomware victim.
Also, guys, thank you so very much. I genuinely appreciate everybody's grace and coolness with me having a stubbing my toe essentially and swearing on stream. I also do want to point out, not that it's totally politics, but like these are 4 Democrats basically penning a plea to Kristi Noem. So we'll see.
Now must report their payments. Australia has made good on parts of a cybersecurity bill introduced to its parliament in October of last year and has become, quote, the first country in the world to require victims of ransomware attacks to declare to the government any extortion payments made on their behalf to cybercriminals, end quote. The law applies to organizations with an annual turnover greater than 3 million Australian dollars, about 1.9 million US dollars, as well as some critical infrastructure sector organizations. Reports must be made to the Australian Signals Directorate within 72 hours, or the company faces a penalty of up to 60 penalty units within the Australian civil penalty system.
What is a penalty unit? Come on. Australian penalty units. What the hell is this? In Australia, a penalty unit is a standard monetary value used to calculate fines. The current value of a penalty unit is $330. Bruh. In the words of my son, Callan Auger, bruh. Like, let me just do some quick back of the napkin math here. The maximum penalty is $19,800. Okay? All right. Welcome to Cynical Island. I'll be your host for the day. I'm a mayor of Cynic Island. Bro, if you that $19,000, that's not moving the needle. I'm an Australian company and I get hit with ransomware and I'm going to pay it. And I don't want anyone to know because it could jeopardize it could listen to this. It could jeopardize a merger, an acquisition, shareholder value. Guys, we're talking straight cash.
Straight cash, homie.
$19,000? Like, listen, $19,000 is a lot of money to a lot of people. To a business, $19,000. Dude, I work for a $700 million company at one point leading their information security efforts. They got hit with a $70,000 business email compromise. You know what they did? Barely felt it. It was like a speed bump. It was like the CFO's like, what was that? Oh, that was a $70,000 business email compromise. Don't worry about it. We're going to keep driving. We don't have time to go back. Dude, 20 grand. And the 20 grand is if you get caught. And that's the maximum penalty. Come on, Australia. Like, I get it. But like, dude, if you're going to introduce deterrent, listen, in the world of behavior, psychological behavior, right? There's two kind of like core philosophies. You can either deter somebody or you can incentivize somebody, right? Hey, if you don't do your job, you're fired. That's deterrent. Hey, if you do your job, I'll give you a bonus incentive. This right here, this is like the biggest half-measure deterrent I've seen. Like, what is this? Is this like in response to like I almost feel like, I'm sorry to dunk on this so bad. I feel like this is, and somebody like can data mine this. To me, this smacks with somebody, some politician somewhere doing something, wanted to make a big splash and say, we're gonna make companies pay a fine. We're gonna hold them accountable. And then they're like, let's keep it $19,000, $800. Yeah. Big splashy headline. Like it does have teeth. $19,000 is teeth, but it's little tiny baby Tic Tac chiclet teeth. Okay. Okay. The law only applies to organizations with an annual turnover greater than $3 million. Even more, dude. Come on. So $3 million annual revenue and the most you can pay is $20,000. Let's just say the most you could pay is $30,000 to make the back of the math work. What is that? 1/10 of 1%, right? If you make $3 million, right? So 300,000 would be 10%. 30,000 would be 1%, right? So 1% max.
U.S. intelligence employee arrested for alleged sale of classified information. This arrest was made by the FBI.
But by the way, like, I love Australia. My one of my closest friends lives in Brisbane. Okay, he married an Australian girl. Great. I love Australia. Dude, Australia, like, do you remember, like, last year, and by the way, the Australians are asleep right now, so we can talk about them. A couple years ago, Australia got hit multiple times. Like, their major telecommunication provider in Australia got hit, and then, like, right after that, their primary healthcare provider got hit. It was like Medibank or something, and then Optimus Prime, or I know that's not what it was, but like Optum or whatever. Anyways, two massive businesses in Australia got hit with data breaches, and they passed a law saying the next company that has a data breach is going to have to pay a fine. And wouldn't you know, the next company that got hit with a data breach was a really well-connected, super, important company, and they're like, just kidding, right? So, like, dude, there's a long history, not very long, but I'm trying to oversell this here. There's a long history of Australian cyber legislation not necessarily mapping. Funky Monk's in the house. Funky Monk is here. He is Australian. Funky Monk, if you have any thoughts or comments on this, please, I'm living in East Coast United States, so I'm as far as I can be from Australia. Let us know, Funky Monk, if you have any thoughts on this.
Last Thursday, Nathan Latch, 28, of Alexandria, Virginia, worked in the Insider Threat Division unit and had top-secret security clearance. He is now accused of attempting to provide classified information to a foreign government, according to the Justice Department. Operating on a tip, an FBI agent masquerading as a foreign government official, quote, arranged a drop at a public park in Northern Virginia around May the 1st, where surveillance observed Latch leave a thumb drive at the specified location, end quote. This drive contained a, quote, decent sample size, end quote, of classified data and was meant to demonstrate the range of the types of products he could obtain and share with his level of access.
Oh my God. You know what? We don't get to use this sound effect often, but it is so perfect.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
This guy's an idiot. Listen to this. First of all, congratulations, law enforcement. This guy is like Three Stooges level stupid. He is literally, he specializes in insider threats. He specializes in insider threats. And he got caught in a sting operation disclosing, classified information as an insider threat. You donkey. Okay, way to go, first of all. This dude absolutely going to jail, okay? And I will not be pouring any OE40 out for this dude, okay? You can't sell national secrets for self-service. There's so many ways to pull yourself up and provide for yourself, have a great career, and if you want to play spy, friggin' download a video game. Play Mission Impossible on PlayStation or something. But you know what you shouldn't do? Drop USB drives in parks. Dude, so dumb. All right, well, I will say that hopefully, for every one they catch like this, let's hope that there aren't others. This is a perfect one. I would love to get Charles Finfrock. Guys, Finfrock is, for those who don't know, Charles Finfrock is a good friend of mine, and he's a friend of the program. He is a former CIA officer, and he understands this entire world. I just wish he was, I wish he was more accessible. He's always I think he's in Belize right now doing something shady, but, yeah. By the way, dude, delivering it on a thumb drive, I'm not saying this is how I would commit crime, and I know, excuse me, I know that when you do a thumb drive, there's no log, but, there's with encryption and the ability to transmit data and stuff like that, steganography, what are you doing? Again, who the hell am I? I don't know how to commit espionage. That is not in my wheelhouse. And by the way, I'm also not interested in committing espionage. Do you know what I like? Freedom. Do you know what I like? Kissing my kids and my wife goodnight in my own bed. Not that my kids don't sleep in my bed, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not interested in going to jail. All right. Anyways, here's the deal. This is just an insider threat story. We're having some fun with it because there isn't a lot of meat on this bone.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Conveyor. Conveyor launched the
no graphic for Conveyor?
First AI agent for customer trust. So, WTF does that mean? It means the AI agent goes beyond just sharing NDA-gated documents like a SOC 2 with customers or answering security questionnaires. Conveyor's AI agent, Sue, handles the entire security review process from start to finish. She answers every customer request from sales, completes every questionnaire, and executes every communications and coordination task in between. It's perfect for B2B InfoSec teams sick of manual security review work. Check it out at conveyor.com. That is www.conveyor.com.
All right. Hey, really quickly, I will tell you, if this show ever gets to the level of like, friggin', oh my God, what's Pat McAfee or whatever? If I ever get to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief to Pat McAfee style, guys, I will pay and I will be happy to have Charles Finfrock like at a desk over there. You know what I mean? So like we can just throw to Charles at all times, kind of like a character. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. Somebody just said something here. What kind of coffee are you drinking? This is Ray W699. This is actually, it should be Starbucks French Roast, which is my absolute preferred. And I get it, Mad Destroyer. It's not super gourmet, but this is actually Costco's Kirkland Signature French Roast coffee, which used to be the same coffee as Starbucks, but they've since changed. But, for the price point, honestly, guys, it's hard to beat 5 pounds of coffee for like $12 or whatever they're doing. All right, hey, check it out. Alpha Sierra, everybody, let's get ready. All right, guys. Thank you so very much. We're halfway through the show. Let me do a quick ad read for my friend Eric Taylor and the crew at Barricade Cyber. Guys, is your Microsoft 365 environment secure with business email compromise attacks on the rise? Your entire operation could be at risk. Fortify 365 from Barricade Cyber Solutions is your defensive shield, boss finale. Their team of experts implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, and safeguard your sensitive data. They've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses, including my own, with tailored solutions that address real-world vulnerabilities. Don't wait until after a breach. That is the worst time to wait. A lot of businesses will wait till after a breach, but it's so short-sighted. Visit Fortify365.com today. There's a link in the description below. Fortify365.com today to learn how they can secure your Microsoft 365 environment against tomorrow's threats. Guys, basically, they come in and they configure your environment. Microsoft has a lot of configuration capabilities, and if you're just going with the basic vanilla loadout, not a best practice. All right, thank you all so very much to the stream sponsors, Barricade, we just heard from, ThreatLocker, Antisyphon, Delete Me, and I want to say holla, Mondays. Is Dark Iceman still here? Dark Iceman, I know it's your first episode, but every single day of the week we have a special segment. So today is the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. It's a sponsored segment by ThreatLocker, which means ThreatLocker takes a deny by default approach to application security, just like we take a village approach to a community. Listen, I'm up here yelling into this mic, accidentally swearing, but it does take a community. I'm very, very proud. I'm very defensive of our community. I do try to protect our community, which is actually why I had to boot 2 people out last week. Thank you, Chris Whitlock. Guys, the community member, because it's sponsored, gets a $100 Amazon gift card or $100+ worth of merch, unless they're Roswell, UK, who for some reason refuses to select one of those options. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Rick Kelly. Many of you know him as Port Zero. Port Zero is in chat. Oh, he's not in chat today, so we can talk about him and he won't even know. This guy right here, upstate South Carolina. He's an aspiring pen tester. He is he's kind of an executive. He's involved with the SC Kick. Wonderful guy. If you have talked to Port Zero in chat, this is him. Really great guy. I've met him in person. Great energy, great attitude. He exhibits and demonstrates all of the values of Simply Cyber. I am so grateful to have him in the community and have him be essentially a mentor. He's providing guidance and mentorship all the time. So if you see Port Zero in chat, say what's up. Thank you very much, Rick. Rick Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, your Simply Cyber community member. Now let's go. We got about 6 seconds. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off. Let's go. Let's go, Alpha Sierra. Here we go. Stay tuned, because at the end of the show, we got Jawjacking, a 30-minute AMA. Let's keep going.
Hackers exploiting critical flaw in vBulletin forum software. There are actually two flaws, both with CVE numbers and CVSS v3 scores of 10 and 9, respectively, and they affect open-source forum software vBulletin. One of these flaws has been confirmed as actively exploited in the wild. The flaws are an API method invocation and a remote code execution via template engine abuse. They affect vBulletin versions 5.00 through 5.7.5 and 6.00 through 6.0.3 when the platform runs on a PHP 8.1 or later. Patches were released last year, meaning the danger lies with sites that have not been upgraded.
All right, so a couple things. Number one, this vulnerability is over a year old, so like, you gotta patch it. Number two, we've got an individual security researcher who is running, well, this is Carmine Security, so I don't know if this is this guy's individual profile, like portfolio, or if it's part of a company, but it seems like an individual one. And yeah, here's the vulnerability. And where is it? Where is it? He's got the exploit code. There it is. Here is the exploit code. So this particular individual decided to really release full exploit. You could see it's a web application, the vBulletin. This right here is a picture of Burp Suite. Yeah, here you go. Look. Literally, if you click on it, you can... This is the PHP file that you can download right now and exploit this code. Of course, this is the age-old question that we have in our industry. And if you're looking to break into the industry, if you're not working in cybersecurity yet, this is a really great, complicated topic to wrap your head around and potentially take a position on it, okay? I'm not here to tell you what your position is on this one. I'm here to give you the information, the facts, if you will, and let you come to your own conclusion and potentially discuss it in a job interview. Here's the deal. This particular vBulletin system, you can find these systems using Shodan, okay? You can find these vulnerable systems using Shodan. Now, normally they'll release a proof of concept exploit, which is what they did here, Horizon 3. Earlier in the show, I talked about them releasing a proof of concept that doesn't necessarily have teeth, but using AI, you can quicker to exploit, right? With this one, this is the solution. This dude just made it. Now, here's the question. Is this responsible? I'm not here to tell you yes or no. Is it responsible for this individual to release the full exploit? So like anybody, my son Callan, 10 years old, could download this, find a vBulletin server that's vulnerable using Shodan, point this at it and exploit it, right? Now the question, you might say, "Oh my God, that's completely irresponsible." Well, the vulnerability's been out for over a year, so now is it more irresponsible for the server administrators to just disregard vulnerability management, patch management, right? So, you know, that's the root of the argument. Okay, responsible disclosure as well as vulnerability management on the organization side, and also, you know, you can make the argument that this dude right here, by releasing this is going to force the hand of organizations that have been delinquent in patching these vBulletin servers, because not bad guys will be exploiting them, and then they'll be like, "Oh, Jesus, like, we really got to get our crap together." We got another first-timer in chat. Is that right? At FS. Welcome to the party, pal.
Microsoft reminds users Authenticator cutoff is July the 1st. Following up on our coverage of Microsoft's ousting of its Authenticator app in favor of Edge, the company is now issuing warnings that the password autofill feature is being deprecated in July, suggesting users move to Microsoft Edge instead. The warning clearly states that users should export saved passwords before July the 1st or switch to Microsoft Edge, a transition to which the company says is basically a one-click action.
All right. Okay, here's the deal. Couple things to point out. Number one, tactically speaking, welcome, Cyber Risk Witch. Good to see you. Sean Kelly says November 4th will be our 1,000th episode. Holy Jesus. That's really close to my birthday. Actually, November, hold on one second. Maybe we can speed run that. I can't show my calendar on stream, but Simply CyberCon is November 2nd and 3rd, Sean Kelly. So we have a conference on November 3rd. If we could do the 1,000th episode the day of the conference, oh my, that would be something. Okay, so check it out really quickly. Tactically speaking, if you, your mom, your organization, anybody is using Microsoft Authenticator as your password vault, this has immediate impact on you. They are retiring this thing. You don't have a choice. You can't kick the can down the road. You can't leave it in a read-only mode. You can't be like, we'll get to that in Q3. We don't have enough time, money, resources to fix it. This is getting cut off. Now, there is a one-click transition solution to Microsoft Edge that you can do. Hey, Port Zero. Who wants to tell Port Zero? Thank you for all you do. See, Port Zero. Rick Kelly, you were the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week this week, dude. Congratulations. Thank you for all you do. Rick, connect with me for your Threat Locker sponsored prize. Here's the deal. They are saying that in one click, you can migrate this to Microsoft Edge. Guys, I would rather write my passwords down on paper and keep it in my Buffer Overflow Studio than put my passwords in a browser. I cannot, like literally, listen, if I saw somebody across the room about to save their passwords into a browser, I don't care if it's Chrome, Safari, Edge, Brave, Opera, Lynx, Netscape Navigator, I don't care what it is. I will run and slap their hand before they hit the save button. Do not save your passwords in the browser. As far as I'm concerned, that's a terrible option. So for this to be the solution, no thank you. What I would recommend is, why don't you explore some of these high-end, more robust password vault solutions, not to sponsor or promote one over the other, but there's LastPass. Do your research. They suffered a pretty bad breach. 1Password. If you're into F1 racing, right? Red Bull racing. Bitwarden. KeyPass if you don't want it in the cloud. Like, there's a lot of good options, all right? The TLDR here is this is a software development lifecycle or system development lifecycle that's going end of life. You should have processes in place. Like, I'll tell you right now, we're talking about migrating the back-end platform that Simply Cyber Academy is hosted on. That is a massive migration. So you have to have a great communication plan. If you're in chat right now, if you have ever decommissioned a software or done a platform migration in your environment, share a story that you can on what happens when you don't properly communicate. Because honestly, most times people don't communicate well, and it turns into an absolute cluster.
ConnectWise warns of nation-state attack on its Screen Connect customers. The company says it, quote, recently learned of suspicious activity that it believes was tied to a sophisticated nation-state actor, end quote. However, they continue this activity affected a very small number of Screen Connect customers. Screen Connect is IT remote management and monitoring software used by governments and large businesses. According to the record, quote, hackers have frequently targeted vulnerabilities in the software, using it as a jumping-off point for ransomware attacks and data thefts, end quote. ConnectWise says it has launched an investigation with forensic experts from Mandiant.
Tony Jack says, is Authenticator fully going away or just the password piece of it? It's just the password autofill feature. Tony Jack, it sounds like it's just a feature of of the application. So just the autofill piece. So technically, you could still use Microsoft Authenticator. Personally, for my money, dude, Microsoft Authenticator is a multi-factor authentication generator. And even that I don't like. All right. ConnectWise, guys, here's the deal. Threat actors, scumbags at call centers, they use whatever RMM solution works best. AnyDesk has been hot for a minute. ConnectWise is where they're up into right now. Nation states are using it. Guys, here's the deal. Threat actors don't need to, like, reverse shell in and then move around the command line. If they can get you or execute some type of remote desktop solution, AnyDesk, Microsoft Desktop, ConnectWise, friggin' TeamViewer, VNC, they don't care. If they can get on your box, they're on your box. Remember, threat actors, especially advanced persistent threat actors, they don't get a cookie for doing it in a cool way. Their bosses, their leaders, don't give a damn. It's all about actions on objective. Can you steal this information? Can you implant listeners and keystroke loggers and all those things? Can you get to the crown jewels? I don't care if you use a next level leet hacksaw move or if you install AnyDesk and click through. It doesn't matter. These remote desktop solutions are wonderful. It's great for IT because Code Brew can be like, move and let me get in there, end user, and fix your stuff. But threat actors can use it too. Guys, remember, the only difference between me, Jess Bishop, Pocket Pixie, and TJ Williams and threat actors is our intent and our moral compass. We use the same tools, basically, right? I'm being a little playful about it, right? Like, threat actors aren't using a sim like Jess Bishop, but you guys get what I'm saying. By the way, shout out to Jess Bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, we're going to @ Jess Bishop right now. Jess Bishop, hiya. Wonderful long-time Simply Cyber community member and SecOps analyst who knows a thing or two about a thing or two because she's done a thing or two, all up in the SOC analyst world. Love myself some Jess Bishop.
Good guy leaker outs Conti kingpins in ransomware data dump. According to The Register, an individual with the handle GangExposed, that is one word, has, quote, exposed key figures behind the Conti and TrickBot ransomware crews, publishing a trove of internal files and naming names, end quote. The data exposed includes chat logs, personal videos, and ransom negotiations connected to a couple of the most notorious cyber extortion gangs. Speaking with The Register via Signal, the individual claims he is not interested in the $10 million bounty that is being offered for information about one key Conti leader, but that he takes pleasure in thinking he can rid society of at least some of these gang leaders and members. He calls himself, quote, an independent anonymous investigator without any formal IT background. My toolkit, he says, quote, includes classical intelligence analysis, logic, factual research, OSINT methodology, human psychology, and the ability to piece together puzzles that others don't even notice, end quote.
Hey, Pocket Pixie, we're going to do jawjacking. I mean, obviously anyone can answer Pocket Pixie in chat, but we can answer that question for you in jawjacking. All right, guys. First of all, this is awesome. Okay, let's go. Not all heroes wear capes. This guy's basically Batman, like low-key vigilante, but most people are going to, like, you know, Commissioner Gordon is going to look the other way because it's kind of helping. There's a 10 million... Jess Bishop.
Best friends. Yep.
Love you too, Jerry. Also love all you do with the community. Thank you, Jess Bishop. And I appreciate the super chat. I wasn't buttering your biscuit for super chat, but definitely appreciate it, Jess. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. Here we go. I'm gonna use my love me some Team SC in the long timers like Jess Bishop. All right, here we go, Jess Bishop. You get my 28 months member chat thing. Okay, so guys, here's the deal. A couple years ago, not a couple years, literally March 2020, Conti imploded. Conti was like the most notorious at the moment threat actor group, ransomware threat actor group. They went by Wizard Spider, I believe. And they imploded because of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, and we got data leaks, and Krebs did a great deep dive on this. Very insightful. I hope somebody does a deep dive on all this information so we can see who these people are, how they operate, increase our awareness of our TTPs and all those things, and be able to combat these dudes. Now, here's what I will say. This guy, oh my God, and children, I'm sorry, but like this guy right here, I'm assuming it's a man. He's got a third leg if you're picking up what I'm putting down. This guy is going up against organized criminals who are making a lot of money doing cybercrime. And yes, he doesn't want the $10 million. Oh, thank you, Jess.
Become best friends. Yep.
Jess, thank you, Jess. This guy doesn't want a $10 million bounty. He just, basically loves the challenge like a vigilante. Number one, here's my thing. Number one, I wouldn't want the bounty either. I would be terrified, right? I guess this is just an insight into my psyche. I would be terrified of getting that $10 million bounty because if I was Conti, I'd be like, I would hack whoever is responsible for giving that money and find where that money went because then I would find who this person is that leaked. Okay, so the guy doesn't want the money. He just wants to expose all these people. He does see it as a real challenge. I will tell you, not everybody, yes, Pocket Pixie, I'm talking about, I'm being playful. So, dude, check this out. I will tell you this. I know one person, and I don't want anyone to try to guess, okay? I mean, I can't stop you from guessing, but I will not confirm nor deny. I know one person in our industry who does stuff like this, and they literally, they love taking on the hardest challenge. Because they feel like people without voice, people without, I don't want to say advocates are left behind. But there's people, I actually know two of them now that I think about it, who like to take on the hard challenges and do stuff like this. So there is an entire persona, if you will, in our industry who understand how to use OSINT, who understand how to identify and find these people, and then understand. Basically, this is gray hat hacking. The fact that they're hacking in and taking all this data is not legal, but the fact that they're attacking criminals, that's the Batman element. That's the vigilante element, right? Like, Batman shouldn't be allowed to beat the living crap out of somebody in a street alley, but because it's a hoodlum who just mugged an elderly woman, the police are like, I get it. But that's a de-evolution of modern society. But anyways, TLDR, I'm looking forward to some type of like roundup analysis. For my money personally, I'm not going to go to this guy's Telegram and download the files because I don't want to touch it. As far as I'm concerned, that's like Chernobyl level radioactive. But if someone else pulls it down, what I would do, I would pull all those files down. I would upload them into Google Notebook LM. And then I would say, hey, you're a senior political official working for CISA. You need to analyze all this data and develop threat intelligence reports. Go. And then get that distilled high-value information. And then if you wanted to go wicked hard, you could actually publish that insights, explain what you did and how you did it, and then go for that. Again, I don't promote nor discourage you from doing that. It's just this is like wow.
If you have some thoughts.
Woo! Here we go, guys. It's 9:03. Look where we are. We're at the end of the show. Hey, for FG and Dark Iceman, don't go anywhere. I do want to say shout out. My shirt does Cybersecurity Cares today. That's not just a logo, it is a fact. Alpha Sierra's got a 5-year goal of taking down Lazarus and Typhoon. Alpha Sierra, may I suggest, and you probably know this, but if you don't, for everybody's benefit, LazarusBounty.com. You want to take down Lazarus, get after their money and get paid. This is really, really cool. This company This company's doing the Mel Gibson ransom moves. All right, guys. Hey, I want to say thank you to all of you today. Thanks to the stream sponsors, Barricade, Antisyphon, ThreatLocker, Delete Me. Definitely appreciate all of you. Shout out to Rick Kelly, a.k.a. Port Zero, Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week. Shout out to Jess Bishop for the Super Chats. Guys, don't go anywhere. We got a couple things cooking right now. Number one, it is Monday, which means Simply Defensive with Josh Mason and Wade Wells is going to be dropping. They're going to have a cybersecurity conversation with John Lilliston. This is the last episode of Season 3 for Simply Defensive. Can you believe it? Already 3 seasons down. Come on, we're going to rate it later today. But between now and then, we got Jawjacking, baby. Jawjacking is a 30-minute AMA. I will answer as many questions as you have, starting with Pocket Pixie's question about certifications. Bring your questions, leave with answers. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. We'll be back in a hot minute. Don't go anywhere. If you got a boogie out of here, have a great Monday. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. Hello, friends. Welcome to the party. My name is Jerry Guy. I am your host for this show, which is called Jawjacking. Jawjacking is just a show, Pocket Pixie, with the intent being that I cannot mentor one-on-one, but I can mentor at scale. So if you have any cybersecurity career questions, or any questions, frankly, you ask them and I will do everything within my power to answer them. This is my commitment to the community. I cannot mentor one-on-one. I cannot reply to DMs because there's too many of them and I don't have time for that. But what I can do is make this contract with you that 30 minutes a day, 9 a.m. to 9:30 every day, myself or other professionals who I vet that can provide value to you will answer your questions. The goal of Simply Cyber as a community is to provide support to you, make an inclusive environment where you feel welcome and safe to ask whatever you need and get resources for yourself, and to empower you to have as wonderful a cybersecurity career and experience as possible. This is Jawjacking. Now, some of you might be coming hot off the heels from the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, hosted by, say it with me, that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Dude, can you drop a swear a little harder when you're talking about, like, dude, this story comes up and Dr. Gerald is dropping an S-bomb? Calm down, dude. It's just senators moving pieces around the board. Elliot Matisse, you got to get that guy sorted out and under order. All right, so let's answer your questions. Pocket Pixie had the first one coming in hot about, I think the question was like, after getting Sec Plus, what do you do? Pocket Pixie Sec Plus is a cert that I would recommend getting simply because it's an HR gatekeeper. You will find it on a lot of junior roles. Once you get past that, it really is more dependent on, like what job you want. So if you want to work in GRC, you know, the CISA, CISM, those could be good. If you want to work in SecOps, there aren't really any certs that are in high demand, but TryHackMe has the SAL 1. Hack the Box has one. Security Blue Team Level 1. Those are certs that people in our industry understand that are practical. If you want to work in offensive security, OSCP is kind of a gold ticket. PNPT is coming up strong from TCM Academy. So the TLDR is, it depends on what you want to do, but the Sec Plus is a great place to start. If you have any questions, put a Q at the beginning. TJ Williams says, oh no, Pocket Pixie says, can you drop the link? Drop an exclamation point Discord in chat, Discord in chat, and the bots will do that. In fact, I'll just do it for you. At Pocket Pixie. Watch, Nightbot. Just look at what Nightbot does in a hot second and you'll see it. See it right there? That's the link for you. All right, guys. Hey, really quick, I do want to say thank you and shout out to Jenny Housley, Justin Gold, Kimberly Can Fix It. Chris Whitlock is in the house. on the Discord server, if you didn't know, every single Monday or Sunday night, we make an announcement with the stream schedule. The streams are not just on YouTube. We do have events in the Discord AMA. I do want to say shout out for all the PBCC students. We start PBCC today, a 4-day live workshop. So at 11 a.m. I'm not going live, but I will be doing 4 hours of education today. Let's see. Elliot Matisse. Thank you, Joshua Smith. Mentor at scale. All right, so I'm looking at chat right now. Looking for the cues. Question from Brian O. I have dual citizenship with a U.S. passport and Irish. Can that benefit me if I work in GRC? For sure. Yeah. I don't think it hurts you necessarily. I do know, Brian O., a lot of tech companies like to work out of Ireland because of incredible tax avoidance reasons. But Meta has a huge presence up there. Google has a huge presence. So that could certainly work. I don't think it necessarily... that's the only instance I can think of that does provide a little bit of advantage to you, that you could, go to Ireland and work. But for the most part, in my experience, maybe you could say, oh, I have more familiarity with GDPR because I'm a Irish citizen, and it kind of applies to that. So I guess that's what I would lean into. Like, just because you have dual citizenship isn't going to necessarily be a benefit. But if you can parlay what your experience is and your awareness of European Union and GDPR, those things could be good. Honestly, Brian O., I would look for tech companies or startups that are looking to move into the European market and trying to sort out GDPR. Again, you didn't ask me what to do with it, but just whatever. I do like providing extra value. PBCC, I'll just show it to you really quickly. This is PBCC, Personal Branding for Career in Cyber. The cohort is closed right now. I did an absolute trash job of promoting this. I'm sorry. I mean, whatever. Tuition's good, money's good, but for all the projects I'm working on and the media group and growing the academy and stuff like that, I just didn't do a great job of promoting this. But what it is this is a 4-day live course for students where they can learn how to develop a personal brand and really establish themselves. That way, when employers look at you, so you submit your resume, an employer looks at you, they're going to see a much bigger you than just your resume. It's like how to develop a 3-dimensional resume and network like an absolute boss. Basically, it's what I've done with Simply Cyber. Again, this is not a flex, okay? If you know me for a minute, I don't boast, I don't brag. I think that's trash to do that. But objectively speaking, I mean, I run my own business now, so that's not even an issue. But my last 2 jobs that I got hired into, I didn't even apply. I didn't even interview. The CEOs of the company called me and said, what will it take for you to quit your job and come work for me? The reason that is because my online presence, my personal brand was so blown up that they knew exactly who I was and what I was doing. That's what this course teaches. All right. And I mean, I guess if anyone's interested, it starts at 11 a.m. today and it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. There is still time to get into it, but carving out 16 hours is not something that is done lightly. So all right, everybody, what else we got? Yeah, Devin Grady's an alumni. That's another thing. The PBCC, of all my courses, the PBCC is the one that we have an alumni network for. Devin Grady's doing great work. Let's answer questions. Any Android exploits where a phone goes into a low power state rather than powering off? Could you see what it looks like? Scout, I don't know about this. Personally, I haven't done a lot of mobile phone Android OS hacking. I would not be surprised if this does exist. Honestly, Scout, I feel like this is one that would be great in the Discord community around, hey, is anyone, into this? Maybe even on the Discord server, we actually have a red team channel. I think that this could be a good red team channel type question. If anyone in chat has any insights for Scout, sorry, Scout, it actually pains me to not have a great answer for you. But it's just mobile hacking is not really in my wheelhouse. How can I... Exactly. I'm sorry, TJ Williams. Yeah, Jerry Guy does nothing. Dr. Gerald Auger's busy. Carrie says, how can I find companies that will want to hire? I get the email all the time that they love my skills, but I don't have the experience. Carrie, yep, it's the same thing we've been talking about for years. The strategy hasn't changed. Develop personal brand, portfolio, network with people, do work, and tell people about it. And if you want to find companies that want to hire, professional network, right? There you go. How many years in Mr. Gerald Auger, how many years you have in cybersecurity? Oh my God. At this point, like 21 years. That's just professional. It gets really dodgy when you talk about years of experience. So Pocket Pixie, I have a bachelor's degree, 2 master's degrees, and a PhD. So a lot of times they'll count those as years of experience as well. So that would be 4, 8, 13. So 36 years of experience, I guess, if you wanted to be an absolute nerd about it. Newbie here, any suggestions on new system requirements? Boju, I don't know what you mean by system. Like, what system are you talking about? Like your personal laptop or for a business? Like, I need more insight on that. Lily says they're from Ghana. Nice. Want to get in GRC? How can I get a job and what can I do to increase my chances? So Lily, I will say that number one, I actually have a video for that. Check it out. I'll link to it. GRC portfolio right here. You see this this video right here? I will share this with you. So at Lily, here is a video for GRC portfolio. It's absolutely free. It is online on YouTube. I lay out 3 different things you can do. If you want, I have the GRC Analyst Masterclass, which is not free, but it does go through 5 different dimensions of what you would expect a junior entry-level GRC analyst to do. And I go deep on that. Tons of different alumni students from the GRC Analyst Masterclass in there. That's what I would say. Also, Lily, network, start running in those circles on the Simply Cyber Discord server. There is a GRC Mafia chat channel where people are talking about GRC. You've got it, guys. I mean, here, check this out, okay? Really quickly. Oh wait, hold on. I like literally made this because Lily, your question is so common that I literally made resources. Now, this is free, $0, okay? Come on. Look it. Come on. Where is it? Right here, Lily. This is a high-level book. Come on. Dude, internet, right here. This is a 10-step process that I wrote that answers the question you're asking in detail. I'm going to drop a link to this, Lily. This is free. Go download it, okay? And anyone who's like looking to break in, this is the high level, okay? High level. All right, let's keep going. Cyber Risk Witch. Good to see you, Cyber Risk Witch. How long have you been doing Simply Cyber and how has it changed since you started? I started Simply Cyber in December 2019. So we've been going almost 6 years now. I invite anyone who was here in the early days, which there are many of you. I think some of the key things are, back in 2019, it was all produced videos. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z. I do a lot more live streams now. So that's one massive change is the lives. Number 2, I have a lot of content on the channel that I am not on-air talent for. The reason is I am not an expert in industrial control systems. I am not an expert in social engineering. I am not an expert in offensive security operations. So we have podcasts on the channel with those experts doing their thing. So Simply ICS Cyber, Simply Defensive, 2 Cyber Chicks, oh my God, Cyber Career Mentors, Simply ICS. So that's a massive shift as well, Cyber Risk Witch. So hopefully that answers your questions. If also the quality of the show has improved, go back and look at a 2019 video. It's gross. Oh, cool. Variable X won the CTF the other day. That's wonderful, dude. Congratulations. Armel says, will PBCC be posted on your platform? So Armel, the way the PBCC works is there is a course in the academy with all the lectures and all the videos. So when you sign up, you get access to all that. I also run it live. The reason I do it live is because there's so many nuances to it that you watch the video and then I'll basically spend 30 minutes after every video going into detail, answering questions, giving updates and stuff like that. So if you buy the PBCC course, again, I'm not trying to like sell people on PBCC right now, but if you buy the PBCC course, you get access to all the recordings and all the content and the alumni network and me live for 16 hours. And again, there's tons of people, Code Brew, Deb and Grady, Brews and Hacks, AB, like there's tons of people who have taken the course already. I invite you to talk to them because I have obviously a bias. I have a financial bias. So I don't want you to necessarily take my opinion on it because, I mean, I'm trying to be fair and objective, but, in full disclosure, our Dubs 22 says, have GDAT and GCFA moving from military to private. Should I get CISP or GNFA? Honestly, I think CISSP would be better. I mean, you've already got the forensic stuff. People know the SAN certs. I would only say CISSP simply for HR gates, right? If you have CISSP, you can pre-qualify for certain roles, like mid-senior level roles. If you're looking to get promoted or get a higher salary, master's degrees in CISSP can certainly help with that. Boston Alley says, chance of a replay. Yeah, so PBCC is recorded and available to the students. And I typically do it quarterly or triannually. We'll see. I don't know. Honestly, I did such a crap job of marketing it this go around. I don't know what the future of PBCC is going to be, but I will tell you, I will be delivering the goods this week. Carlo, hey, make sure you put Q's in front of your questions so I see them quickly. What certification do you recommend for improving marketability in GRC? The CISA. CISA is definitely like, you need years of experience, but the CISA is the Certified Information Security Auditor certification. You see that on a lot of recs. Auditing is kind of the junior level role in cybersecurity GRC. RDubs22 want to say in threat hunting or differ as I start in the private sector. Yeah, no, that's cool. Let's see. This Abdullah took 3-month break. Now he has a hard time to get back to what's supposed to do. Any thoughts? I mean, it depends where you are, what you're studying, what you want to get into, Abdullah. It's hard for me to give you advice because I don't know what you... Here's the deal. No matter where you are, like, listen, figure out where you want to be. Okay, this is my approach. If you have a similar approach, holler. And if you got a different approach, put it in chat. Figure out where you want to be. What is the goal line look like? Then back into where you are. That's your path. I want to put in a whole bunch of agentic AI and automations using N8N in my business to help me grow the business a little bit faster and be able to serve this community better. That's my goal. So how do I back into that? Well, I have to write the agentic AIs. I have to operate them. I have to test them. Okay, Well, how do I test them? I don't know. How do I write them? I don't know. So now I've got to figure out how to write agentic AIs. Okay, before I can write agentic AIs, I have to figure out what languages or what are they and how do they interact with each other? That's where I am right now. That's my path for getting to where I want to be. So Abdullah, what I would say is, what do you want to do? You want to be a SOC analyst? Okay, SOC analyst. You got to learn how to read logs. You got to learn what threat hunting is, detection engineering. So there's 3 things. Map that out. How do you get there? Try Acme Sal 1 cert in their SOC simulator. Boom, that takes care of that. Threat hunting. There's a class for that. Like whatever your plan is, this is how I do it. Get the goal line and move backwards. A lot of people just start swinging like I feel like a lot of people fill a pillowcase full of pool balls and just start swinging it around, and whatever they hit is like what they're doing. Like, for me, you got to be deliberate, right? There's only so much time, so you got to spend it wisely. Ryusek, by the way, Hadouken! Hey, Jerry, I realized I hadn't responded with my Discord info for the personal branding. If I respond now... Yeah. Ryusek, if you already registered for the course, connect with Casually Joseph, all right? Casually... Reply to the email. I sent everyone in the course an email, so you should have gotten that email. Reply to Casually Joseph. You can get in there. We're not starting until... I'm probably going to get in there a little early today, like 10:45 a.m. All right. ADHD, very cool. All right. Oh, very cool. Carrie, nicely done. Nicely done. Now you have to let people know about that and continue to contribute about it. All right. I'm looking at chat here. Pocket Pixie, I would do live stream anonymous. If you're used to presenting, it's not too hard, for sure. TJ Williams. So listen, guys, I live stream. This is episode 889, okay? I've been live streaming for years. It's not... You get used to it. Way back in 2021 when I started live streaming, guys, I would go live and I would have a countdown timer and I would be behind the stage. Like, it would be like this right now, and I would be doing push-ups, freaking out, anxiety dumps, doing push-ups, and then when the timer said 5 seconds, I'd pop up and be like, "What's up, everybody? It's Jerry!" Right? And now I'm used to it. It's a skill you got to develop. It's not easy, but guess what? Punch fear in the face. 1% better every day. Expect it to be not great at the beginning and get better as time goes on. We're at 926. We are going to be doing Simply Defensive. Today we're going to rate it, so that's Simply Defensive right there. I will tell you, PBCC students, you will be getting a channel, and you will be live streaming. All right, Boss Finale, if you are going to do PBCC, I recommend getting in there now. All right, let's see here. Sean Kelly is saying C-Risk is good for the GRC groups. Thanks, Sean Kelly. Real Bilbo, my man. I love myself some Real Bilbo. Yes. Ideas are easy. Execution is hard. Bearded Ruckus, my man. What are tips you would give to negotiate an increase in salary after a year at an MSP? So you already have the job and you are trying to get a salary increase. So for me and my, the way that I operate, there's 2 things you can do, Bearded Ruckus. One of them is, like, unfortunately takes a lot of time. So number 1, when you are meeting with your manager, you could say, hey, listen, I'd like to make, like, this is my approach, okay? Kind of conflict. Hey, I would like to make some more money. Tell me, what do I need to do to make more money? So instead of saying, I want more money, hook me up, you can ask your manager to provide you guidance on how to make more money, right? Like, listen, I make $60,000 right now. The current SOC analyst in market, according to ZipRecruiter, make sure you have evidence and facts, Bearded Ruckus. hey, listen, according to ZipRecruiter, the average salary for a SOC analyst junior level is $85,000. That's a third more than I currently make. I really like working here, but I would like to make more money. Can you help me figure out a way to make more money? So then you put the onus on the manager. They could say, we don't have any more money. Or they could say, absolutely, this is how we could do it. At least now you've been very transparent that you want more money. You've introduced it as an issue of something of value to you. And then when you meet, if you've been doing the things that they told you to do, and then they don't deliver the money, well, now you have a position where you can say, hey, listen, you said if I went and got my certification, if I went and took this training, if I started mentoring the other SOCs analysts, if I documented these things, I would get more money. And now you're not giving me more money. At that point, I'm not saying you want to switch jobs, but like they've kind of made their case. Also, guys, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? So during review time, I guess Bearded Ruckus, I like having evidence. Just shooting from the hip and saying, I want to make $20,000 more. Like, okay, like, what do you want me to do with that? Remember, your manager typically is not the one with the budget, okay? So bringing it to them, they want a champion for you. When I was managing people, if someone brought something to me like, hey, I'd really like to take every other Friday off. Hey, I'd like to work remote. Hey, I'd like some more money. I would go fight for them because as a manager, that's my freaking job. All right, guys, I hope that was useful. We're going to go crash into... Simply Defensive, guys. If I didn't get to your question, please bring your questions tomorrow, and we will answer them for Jawjacking. I am Jerry from Simply Cyber. If you're at the PBCC, I'll see you in a few minutes, or like an hour. Let's go raid Josh Mason and Wade Wells. Dark Iceman, please come back. Pocket Pixie, bring your questions. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time. Ah!